And good afternoon. Welcome to the program as we get started here on a Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, I am back from the Queen City of Charlotte wearing my Capital One Orange Bowl hat. And we've been waiting for this for the longest amount of time. And I have it right in front of me. I'm going to share it with you. This just was dropped by Sports Illustrated about 2:30 today. Ross Dellinger got the report about Tennessee, and they're getting the headline is NCAA slams Tennessee with 18 infractions under former coach Jeremy Pruitt. Now I'm going to read you the stuff that the NCAA came out and said, all right, this is what you did. Okay. I'm going to tell you all of that. But in the end, today, and we kind of knew this already, but this is almost like the end of the innocence. And what I mean by that is that we kind of all sat around and we talked about, there's money that exchanges hands with players and all of that. But with this, we have proof from the NCAA that Tennessee cheated at a very, very high level. So much so that it cost Jeremy Pruitt his job, also Phil Fulmer with his job. But here's the thing, though. I think this happens just about everywhere. And the idea of a student athlete is trash just from this. And Jeremy Pruitt, by the way, ends up being the fall guy for Tennessee. And I'll explain to you why. So, 51-page document. By the way, this is released on a Friday. Why did they release it on a Friday? Because Friday is trash day, ladies and gentlemen. What does that mean? The only people that are talking about this are fine broadcasters like myself who do a show on Friday. All of the big morning shows and all of that, none of them are going to give a shit on Monday morning. They won't care. It's out with the trash. That's how they'll look at it. No one's going to respond anywhere else because it just doesn't matter. Oh, we addressed that on Friday. We put a statement out on Friday. It's Monday now. No one cares. No one cares. That's exactly what happens. And a lot of times that'll happen with a lot of different things. If it were something that they wanted you to care about, they would have put it out on Monday or Tuesday. Actually, the worst day is Wednesday because it's right in the middle of the week. So, anyway, getting back to this 51-page report, it says Pruitt and his staff as early as September of 2018, his 10th month on the job and extended through COVID-19 recruiting period. All of the allegations are level 1, considered the most egregious on the NCAA's infraction scale. So here's what happened. During the year-long dead period, Pruitt provided lodging, meals, transportation, household goods, and even furniture that totaled $12,000 to at least 6 prospects. Pruitt himself is charged with having made cash payments of $3,000 and $6,000 to 2 prospects' mothers, the first used to assist in medical bills, and the other for a down payment on a vehicle. In all, Pruitt and 7 staff members are charged with having committed violations, all of whom were fired in January 2021 after an internal university investigation uncovered alleged wrongdoing. The list includes defensive coordinator Derek Ainsley, outside linebackers coach Shelton Fenton, inside linebackers coach Brian Niedermeyer, and director of player personnel Drew Hughes, director of recruiting Bethany Gunn, assistant director of recruiting Sean Treese Boone, and a student assistant whose name is redacted from the report. The 9th person, here's the thing that's hilarious. The 9th person charged with violation is Jeremy Pruitt's wife. She was going out giving money to recruits. I mean, she was like Megan Mullen, but she wasn't tonguing them. It's basically what it was. She was giving them actual cash. Made payments at least of $13,000 to recruits and their families. And then Casey once worked in the NCAA's Rules Compliance Office at Troy University, her alma mater, and Florida State. So the Megan Mullen of Tennessee, the fucking wish list Mullen of Tennessee, knew what she was doing because she already was in the compliance office at two other universities. What a mess. Here's the big thing. Despite the level 18, the 18 level 1 violations, one of the highest total in recent years, the university was not hit with the lack of institutional control. Quote, largely because of its transparency and integrity in properly handling the wrongdoing, the NCAA documents say. Now, here's the thing. Tennessee has 90 days to respond to these allegations. They're not expected to contest the charges because they were caught basically red-handed. You caught me red-handed. That's basically what happened there. And I'm laughing at this. It's sad, but I'm laughing at this because the allegations came 11 years after an NCAA investigation found serious enough violations by Bruce Pearl that the school had to fire him. He received a 3-year show cause penalty, which is probably what's going to happen to Jeremy Pruitt. And of course, in the same investigation, then Coach Lane Kiffin and staff were found to have committed 12 secondary violations over 10 months. The school self imposed probation and recruiting sanctions in basketball and football. I give you all of this because we can say this now and Tennessee fans cannot argue with it at all. You are documented fucking cheaters. 3-time cheaters with the NCAA. They should set up the infractions office right there in Knoxville. That way they save on fucking travel. They really should. But you know what? In the end, the Tennessee fans will just say this. Well, we got rid of Pruitt and it was all Pruitt. No, it wasn't. This has been happening from before. It's been happening from before. And you know what? For folks that are going to come out and say, well, they're going to try to shit on Tennessee, and I get that because we have proof, by the way. You just haven't gotten caught yet. And I know that NIL can hide a lot of that now. And I know that's what people are going to say, even though the university is not giving them money. It's actually, they can make money off their likeness, which people get confused upon that. But the reality is that Tennessee cheated. You are a cheating university. It's just the way that it is. All right. I want to take calls on this at 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. I know Tennessee fans don't care. In their mind, it's like, yep, we've already done it. Nothing to see here. Move along, move along. You know, it's sad and it's silly. But when you read stuff like this, it is insanely just sad. I mean, he had his wife giving them money. Phil Fulmer knew what was going on, according to the report. Nick with a great comment. They cheated and they still sucked. You know, I just, the more and more, man, it's a mess. And I want to take your calls at 803-470-2905. The thing is that it looks like Tennessee, they're going to get off with what they've done, where they had the reduction in scholarships. We've basically thrown bleach on the program and gotten rid of the guys that were there that were causing the problems, got rid of all that. You know what? That shouldn't be enough. If they were really caring about, hey, we want student athletes and we want to people to understand that when you give as much money as you can, as these guys give, I'm trying to find the exact number. It says $60,000 of impermissible benefits and recruiting inducements to more than 24 recruits over a 3-year period. When you give that much money out to players and you've got your wife doing it, you should be made an example of. I'm not talking death penalty. Don't kill the program, but there should be at least a 2-year bowl ban. There should be no, I think they had it where they got rid of some recruiting visits, and I get that, but no recruits for 2 years on your campus. You should be popped for this. That way you don't do it again, and other schools, when they think, "All right, I can cheat." Nah, Tennessee had to do this, and this. They couldn't go to a bowl for 2 years. That's what should happen there. But it won't. And you know why it won't? Because the NCAA sucks a donkey dick. Saying that live on the program here today. The NCAA sucks a donkey dick. It is a worthless organization. They want to make examples out of other teams. They pop Mizzou for a tutor taking tests for kids. They got a bowl ban out of that. But Tennessee gives $60,000. Nah, just what you have was great. Y'all got rid of Pruitt? Great. South Carolina puts too much frosting on a cookie. Let's ban them from some stuff. Let's cut phone calls from them for a couple of days. Let's try to screw over that program. But let's not fuck with Tennessee or North Carolina, where North Carolina was giving away African American studies degrees out of the window of an Arby's for several years to football and basketball players. We can't do anything about that. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. Billy says NCAA let Clemson off for juicing. Yes, they did. No, sir. The NCAA did a full investigation and found that the juicing did not come from anywhere on campus. You, sir, in addition to being old as hell, can't read. The guys that tested positive for steroids didn't play another snap for Clemson. So move on, move on. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You can talk about your cheating ass university, caught 3 times in 11 years. You can make an argument that Tennessee might be the dirtiest program in the SEC. You can definitely make that argument, but they just keep getting popped on the wrist, and none of it mattered. None of it mattered. They didn't play that season. Good luck with that, bro. You don't know what you're talking about. Focus on your team. This is your team, sir. Your team did this. Don't bring Clemson into it. Your athletic program can't even sniff Clemson's nutsack. Stop with the nonsense. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. And by the way, everyone does have a good point over there. You cheated and you still sucked. There's that too. Elijah has a good point. If Pruitt would have been winning, it never would have come out. You might be right about that. What is that? What do I mean by that? I mean that he wasn't winning enough and maybe somebody ratted him out inside. Maybe that happened. Maybe you got a bunch of rats in that ship over there and it's sinking and they all are like, fuck it, we got to get rid of these guys. Maybe that's part of it too. I stand by what I said. You can make an argument just from what the NCAA says that Tennessee's the dirtiest program in the conference. Absolute dirtiest program in the conference. 803-470-2905. I'm not ripping Tennessee fans. You want what everybody else wants. Okay? But your administration up there is dog shit. Absolute dog shit. And I give grief to Jeremy Heupel or Josh Heupel. Why am I calling him Jeremy? Josh Heupel. I give grief to Josh Heupel. I call him a fat leave it to beaver motherfucker. I've said that. Okay? But I kind of feel bad for him because he's going to be saddled with that now. He really is. Anyway, we'll take calls at 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. As always, I appreciate you guys joining us here on the show. I have new sound bites that I've been wanting to use. This one is my favorite.
He's some slapdick from East Aboga, right. Community college.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. A slapdick from East Abogo Community College. There's what boils down to there. Anyway, do you think that Tennessee has gotten enough, or do you think they should have gotten more? I think they should have gotten more than what they got. And by the way, why does it take the NCAA so long to figure this shit out, especially if Tennessee is was as transparent as they say they were? And I'm not saying that they weren't. Why does it take the NCAA this long? This should have been wrapped up in 3 months at the most. Really should have been. CTE is like oh God, what's the best term? CTE is like when you get head injuries, basically. So there's that. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. George says it's possible to be shadow brand. Look, I like to think that the folks in our admins over there aren't gonna sway one way or another. If you're one of the mechanics where you have the wrench next to your name over there in the chat room, I don't monitor the chat room. I don't. Jackpot does a little bit when we're doing a show together, but I personally like to think that all of you are adults and you're not going to say anything that you don't want out there. It's just my opinion, but who knows? Jay says, I'm sorry. George says the NCAA should give itself the death penalty. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Jacob says the NCAA doesn't punish anybody anymore. Yeah, with you on that too. But I don't want to hear shit from a Tennessee fan talking to me about another school cheating when we've got documented proof that you are the dirtiest program in the SEC. 803-470-2905. Kirby's Visor says Vols Mod's trying to cancel all of us, not a Tennessee fan. If we find out that there is, and we will, if we find out that you're just deleting comments to make your school look better, it's not going to go out well for you. It's not going to go well for you at all. You're going to end up looking like a Jeremy Pruitt up there trying to coach with the Giants, even though he was fired. Oh, man, as my gum has turned into nothing. All right, 803-470-2905. Do you think that Tennessee got enough? Do you think that I'm going overboard with it? Which I'll have respectful debate with you. Just understand, if you think that I'm going overboard, you can call and pitch your argument, but you're already wrong. That's just the way that it is. Just the way that it is. Not really laying down the law. We just want to make sure that we have an open forum over there. And we want to make sure that people have the ability to come in and speak their mind and say whatever the hell it is that they want. We don't want it to where you come in and think that your voice is not important because you're a fan of X, Y, or Z. You know, I think the only people we don't like are the Texas fans. Fuck them. Now I'm picking, but no, I'm just saying you should be able to come in and say whatever you want. Dr. Vol is okay with Tennessee being a worst cheating ass program in the SEC. He says nothing is going to happen past what we've already self-imposed. Y'all can keep dreaming. Sir, if you were a respectful individual to the idea of a student athlete, you would want more to happen. You would want more to happen. But obviously, winning is the most important thing to you. And you haven't really been doing that anyway. If you're a Tennessee fan, you should obviously be pissed today, too. All that money spent, all this negative publicity, and you still haven't been worth a fuck. Imagine that. Imagine that for just a second. If you're a Tennessee fan, your name has been drugged through the mud for what, 18 months now? And your football program has what, a 7-win season, and you're still not worth a fuck. Think about that for a little bit. Kentucky's been better than you are. Kentucky's had 10-win seasons here in the past, what, 3 years. Have you had one of those? Nah. Y'all are fucking hot dog water that's been reboiled and added some more pork fat to it, then shook up with some ice and made into popsicles, and then you force people to eat it. That's what you guys have been. And you were cheating. If you're a Tennessee fan, you should be more pissed off than I am. You really should. God, you should be like when the kids are like, I'm gonna tell my dad one day, fuck him. And you sit there and you look like an asshole. You've been a shithole and you were cheating. You should be really, really pissed off. Anyway, Dr. Vol says, keep hating. It's all right. We love it. Look, if it were Georgia, if it were Clemson, I would say the same thing. The idea of the student athlete is gone, but Tennessee should pay the price because they are documented cheaters. We're adding this to the bookcase of accountability, and forever, Tennessee will be a documented cheater. 18 level 1 violations. Your cunt administration won't they won't volley against that, I guarantee you. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. If you'd like to join the program today, as we finally get word on the Tennessee stuff on trash day. On trash day. It's basically what it boils down to, because no one will care about this on Monday. There were people over in the chat room that were saying that nothing would ever come of it. I held out hope. I was like a housewife that got beaten over and over again because she messed up the eggs, hoping one day that they would change. And they didn't. They didn't. Jacob says, hey, Rob, let's talk about how King Kirby got the highest paid contract ever. Hey, congratulations to Coach Smart. He won a national title, and he should get paid his money. He really, really should. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else do you want me to say about that, brother? Jay says, Rob, bring your ass to Athens. We need a home base plate for softball. Get the fuck out of here. JJ Banks thinks Tennessee got caught cheating, but many of you need to stop thinking your team isn't cheating because it is. I said that, sir. Maybe they're just too ignorant in Tennessee to cover it up. Maybe that's part of it. Elijah says, George, he wouldn't have gotten caught if he was winning games. I guarantee you Georgia and Bama do this. That's why Saban and Kirby don't like NIL, because those $10,000 handshakes aren't worth shit. Good point, sir. Good point. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. Are you fucking really that? All right, this is the dumbest comment of the day. Jeremy Pruitt was cheating. Coach Heupel isn't. Jesus Christ. Dr. Vol, there's no way that you think that way. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. Caviar Hound says, just in case you didn't hear the man, not worth a fuck. Exactly. Hilarious, Dr. Vol's ridiculous. I'm glad though that they did put it out before the start of the season. That way, you know that you're not going to get anything happening to you. So there's that. And Dr. Vol, it's not the same thing. People get confused on that. NIL and what Tennessee did are two completely different things. Billy says, did the NCAA find Heupel guilty of cheating? No, but if he's at Tennessee, we can automatically think that he's a cheater because Tennessee has been caught 3 times in the past 11 years. It's like having a bad apple. I wonder if you go there and you play at Tennessee, if you automatically are thought that you might be a cheater because you touched those cheating players. I wonder if that's how it is. Just a thought. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. The NCAA.
He's some slapdick from East Teboga,
Right.
community college.
Yeah. A degree from East Teboga Community College is worth more than the NCAA. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. Let's go to the phones. Welcome into the program.
Hey, it's Big Barney Ross. I just wanted to call in and give you something to think about here. Now, the SEC has been so bad, all right, for the last 5 to 6 years. Tennessee's cheating. South Carolina's kind of been down. Look at Florida, that
Right.
tragedy. The SEC has been so down. Kentucky looks good. I never would have imagined this would be possible. But Lane Kiffin, I can't wait to play Kentucky. Normally, you get a coach up there. Well, Kentucky's going to be competitive. We're going to pretty much beat them in the first 3 minutes of the game. Just blow them out. Kentucky's not that great. We were terrible last year, and we wound up with 10 wins. I don't know how, but think about that for a minute. What's your thoughts on that? Is the league so bad that they have made Kentucky look good? Big Barney Ross, you think about it. I'm out.
Big Barney Ross leaving us with something there. And as always, we appreciate him joining the program. Jacob says, I'm so confused. Why is this the conversation today? Because this is documented cheating. ACC kickoff is over. I was there yesterday. SEC media days, they're pretty much in the books. Got all that out of the way. So, I mean, you don't think this is the most trending story in the world right now, the sports world right now? Jesus. Mikkel Johnson, I like his comment. I'll read that in a second after we get this call. Welcome to the program. Good afternoon.
What's going on, Rob? It's Lon Down. How you doing?
Hey, man, how are you?
Sorry about that. I got a notification. What was that?
I said, hey, how are you, man?
Oh, I'm good. Generally, I am about tired of hearing Nick Saban drop about competitive parity in college football.
Sure.
With the whole NIL thing. Like, it's like Elon Musk bitching about paying taxes. And then Kirby gets up on the stage yesterday and talks about how, well, we have players that are here that are not going to be making as much money as players coming in. When dude just signed a contract that's bigger than any college football coach contract ever signed, I just think, like, it's really hypocritical when these kids are making the school money and even with the TV deals, every SEC school next year is going to make $100 million.
Right.
I think it's just ridiculous that they're dropping about these kids making some money.
I kind of agree with you on that. And I don't like, and once again, we ripped Tennessee today because we have documented proof, but this is happening everywhere. Remember, on this program, Tennessee's the dirtiest program in the conference. We have documented proof right here, 3 times in 11 years. So just remember, forever, Tennessee, until someone else betters them, they're the dirtiest program in the SEC. But getting back to the stuff, sure.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just did it say which coaches did the violations? Was it Kiffin and Pruitt?
Jeremy Pruitt also ran his wife out there. He's like, nah, honey, don't be at home making cookies or whatever the hell it is that SEC wives do. No. You go out there and you take some of this money and get us some recruits. She was part of a compliance office. And then she's out there giving money away. I mean, God,
at least it wasn't like Megan Mullen, throwing little handies under the table.
Well,
but
no,
anyway.
I get that, but she is the Tennessee version of Megan Mullen. That is what she is. She's out there giving money.
Yeah,
Megan Mullen was giving them tongue. She's out there giving them cash. So there's that.
Yeah.
But no, the whole thing it is frustrating though when you hear big coaches that are saying things like that. And I think there's a good piece of it that I think they were pissed with Deion Sanders because he was able to get that top flight defensive back to come down there to the small HBCU that he's coaching at instead of going to Florida State. And they don't really have at Alabama and at a lot of schools, they have the capability of putting money out there and hiding it. Only Tennessee's stupid enough to get caught, I guess. But it does level the playing field a good bit, though.
He wouldn't have got caught if he was winning ball games. It was Trey Smith's sister who actually reported the whole thing with the McDonald's bag.
Yeah, so, that may be true. Yeah.
But there was a whole lot. But I'm sure you got to go. So
no, you're good, man. Take your time. But
I just don't want to. No, I just don't want to take up all the time.
Yeah, it's frustrating though when you really sit back and look at it because we still have to live with the lies the NCAA puts out there where we care about the student athlete. You don't care about shit. If you were on trial as being a parent, you would be under the jail. The NCAA is the biggest farce ever. It's stupid. So anyway, you got anything else for the show, man?
No, I don't. You have a good.
Appreciate it,
call.
buddy. Thank you for calling the show. 803-470-2905.
Right,
Big Barney Ross with a good comment. Just because you fire everyone doesn't give you a pass. Rodriguez still has to do community service and pay fines, whether he plays it down or not. Sancho with a good point. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Yeah, I can definitely see that too. But it just bugs me that we've been told for years, the student athletes are the most important thing and all of that. And in the end, it's all a big pile of shit. I mean, it really, really is. And it's just sad. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. Elijah says Heupel did look thinner yesterday. Apparently, he got tired of Jackpot busting his ass. 803-470-2905. Papa Beef says, Rob, can you tell me Phil Petty's cause of death? There's been different things that have put out there. Of course, the South Carolina quarterback that led them out of the toilet to 2 Outback Bowl victories. I've had some folks send me messages about it, and I don't want to put anything out there that is wrong. So I don't want to I don't know. I mean, I wasn't part of that. So Elijah says, what the hell is Shane Beamer smoking, making all these goofy videos? I don't know. I got nothing for you on that either. I just, do whatever you got to do to get recruits in there, man. It's crazy what these guys go through. All right, 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. That is the number to call if you'd like to join us here on the program today as we roll along here on a Friday. Don't forget, we will do we're going to do our SEC picks like we did our ACC picks. Sunday night, Jackpot and I. So hopefully you guys will tune in for that. That's going to be fun. Because we picked the all tournament, all conference team and everything. So yeah, we're going to get into that on Sunday when Jackpot joins the show. And I don't know what all Jackpot puts so much stuff out there at random, and I can't watch all of it. But I can tell you there is a lot of great football content that comes from him, man. He puts out, I watched the Kentucky preview he had, and it was spot on. The guy puts the effort in, man. Really, really good stuff. D. Jacob Watson says Georgia's going to win the SEC. Mark my words. Bama's got too many holes. Okay. Savage Dog says Tennessee is the 4th best team in the East. Jetmech says at least the UF quarterback changed his nickname to save the world. Jeez, I don't even want to get into that. What a load of shit that is, too. Why would you do that? Kirby's Visor says, I had South Carolina finishing second in the East, but after all the gimmicks, I think Kentucky finishes second and South Carolina third. Elijah says, all jokes aside, Tennessee 9-3 or 10-2. Hold on. I got to look at Tennessee's schedule really quick here. Hold on. Let me make sure that I've got this because I'll pull it up right now, and we will give you if Rob had to pick today. Let's see what I got here. I'm pulling up their schedule right now, and we'll tell you what I think as of right now without without completely doing my research. We'll do that for you since you are the most documented cheating program in the SEC. You get to, we'll give you your record today. I think you beat Ball State. The Pittsburgh game is a swing game. Winning at Pitt. Here's the thing. Not very many schools go into Pitt and win. And I think a lot of you are overlooking that game. And I'm going to give the game to Pitt. So I got you 1-1. I think you beat Akron at 2-1. Florida is in Knoxville. I've got you beating Florida at 3-1. Big Barney Ross with the super chat. Missouri and Florida playing Star Wars dressed up. No wonder Kentucky finished second in the SEC East. Good point, sir. I don't know about. Here's my thing with LSU. They've got a lot of talent there, but I don't know. I don't really know. Is there anything with LSU that really sets you on fire when you really stop and think about it? Philly lost to painkillers. Damn it, Jay. That's the most harsh thing ever. All right, then we've got this. You know what? I think that you beat LSU. You might beat LSU. If it's a night game, we're gonna call it a loss. So I've got you at what? 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 3-2. You lose to Alabama, 3-3. You beat Tennessee Martin at homecoming. That puts you at 4-2. Is that right? Yeah, 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 3-2, 3-3, 4-3 after UT Martin. I think you beat Kentucky. That puts you at 5-3. You lose to Georgia, 5-4. I think you pop Mizzou. That's 6-4. You're gonna lose to South Carolina, 6-5. You beat Vanderbilt, 7-5. There you go. On July 22nd for Tennessee, the dirtiest program in the SEC. 7-5. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. Big Barney Ross says it's hard to come in and go 11-1 as a new head coach. LSU's growing pains. Yep. I think that Tennessee is overlooking South Carolina. I really do. They got to come here and play. I think that's gonna be tough. Now, by the way, those aren't my actual predictions, and that's my predictions on July 22nd. Before the season starts, I'll give you my full set of predictions for every team in the conference. And unlike some of you, we will actually put them on the bookcase of accountability. And you can look at them and say, oh, that's what he was talking about. So, yeah, 7-5. What's up, Brian? Good to see you. Elijah says, put that on the shelf. Yeah, Elijah says, I think that's an absolute worst, Rob. Like you said, there's a lot of swing games on that schedule. Like, yeah, I could see you swinging the game with South Carolina and beating that one. I really do. The games that I personally believe are locks on that schedule, like Vanderbilt, Mizzou, Kentucky, until Kentucky shows me different. There's 3. UT Martin is 4. Akron is 5. Florida is 6. And Ball State is 7. So I think you win those 7 games regardless. The other ones, not so much. Not so much. All right. Final call for calls 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. Appreciate you guys checking out the program today. If you enjoyed the show, you can tip the show right there on PayPal and Cash App and Venmo. So you guys are awesome as always. Final call for calls though, 803-470-2905. Savage Dog off the top rope. Tennessee fans use mustard for lubricant. I don't know if that's something that's real or not. I do think it's interesting though. If you go back and watch some of those things, some of those people are throwing mustard bottles from way the hell up there. You need to get those out there on the baseball team, the track team, whatever. Those guys are slinging those things a long way. Terry QB10 says, what color are jealousy and envy? Garnet and black. Wow. Billy says, Rattler won't even play Tennessee. He will be on the sideline with PTSD. You know, normally we mock Billy, but Billy, there may be some sense to that. I'm not very confident in the South Carolina offensive line. Just not. All right, let's go to the phones quickly here before we get out of here today. Welcome to the program. Good afternoon. Hello, Bug. Hello.
Game Talks, future SEC champions.
Whoa. Why don't you wait? You got to slow down, man. Did anybody even catch what that guy was saying? What a mess. All right, 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. That is the number to dial if you'd like to join us here on the program. Wait a minute. Hold on. I just caught this. Kirby's Visor said there's someone that puts mayonnaise in their coffee. Who in the blue hell does that? That's got to be a Tennessee fan or maybe a fan of Ole Piss. It's one of the two. Maybe Mississippi State. It's one of those three. No one else is going to put fucking mayonnaise in their coffee. Who is doing that? Please out them here on the program. If you enjoy mayonnaise in your coffee, I honestly got nothing for you. Will Levis puts mayonnaise in his coffee? Oh, God. That's not real. Please tell me that's not real. Jesus. 803-470-2905. I like vomited a little bit in my mouth and swallowed it. Now I got to have that in my mouth all day. That taste of vomit in my mouth from that. Welcome to the program.
Hey, it's Billy.
Hi, Billy. How are you?
You're having a field day today, aren't you?
Brother, I just found out that the Kentucky quarterback puts mayonnaise in his fucking coffee.
Well, inflation's got me eating mayonnaise soup. You just boil some water and put a dollop of mayonnaise in there. I use Duke's.
Oh God, please tell me. What do you have for the show, sir?
Well, today's a good day for you. I understand that. And as an avid Tennessee fan, it's a bad day. It's a sad day. And I understand as a podcast person from South Carolina what you're doing, and that's okay. But are you mad at Tennessee or are you mad at NCAA?
Well, I think I've made it abundantly clear
throwing the book at them.
No, I'm made it abundantly clear. My problem is not with Tennessee. It doesn't matter who the uniform is. The way that this has come out, it's the NCAA that I have the issue with because they shove it down our throats that they care about the student athlete, but in the end, they don't.
I'm not. It's obvious that they got caught and they need to pay a price, and whatever the price is, I'm sure the NCAA will come up with something. I don't know, but as a non-delusional Tennessee fan, it's bad. They got caught. They had a thorough investigation, and it's there. What else do you want?
Well, I think that the penalties should be more brutal so that other universities don't do it. I think they should be made an example of. The stuff that was there is not enough.
I agree with you. I'll agree with you to a point, but with NIL out here now, you can't do that. It's not the
same thing, but it's not the same
thing. If NIL wasn't in play, I would agree with you. Take some bowl games, whatever. But even so, all those coaches were fired. Yeah. And there's been a couple of IMG players that was going to come to Tennessee, but the defensive coach that was at Tennessee that got fired, he's talking them out of coming to Tennessee. So he's got the ass.
Sure.
Players seen the program going to shit, so we played with 30 less scholarship players last year.
And
they broke eight Tennessee offensive. So all these naysayers about Tennessee, I understand it. It's trash talking, but I find it hard to believe that there's a lot of professional prognosticators and magazines think highly of Tennessee. I don't understand. I see them for sure losing to LSU, Bama, and Georgia. Even 24/7's got Tennessee beating Georgia. So I don't know.
Well, respectfully, one writer at 24/7 Sports has them beating Georgia.
Right. So who are all these magazines got? So why is Tennessee fan so up and hyped right now? What's causing that?
Well, I mean, you've got a fluke offense that puts up a lot of points.
No. Forget the 7, 8, and 9, 10th ranking in NCAA offensive scores.
Sure.
Why is Tennessee fan right now, looking at this year, so hyped up?
Maybe they sat back and they got this report today, and they know that. Hold on, let me Let me.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. So they got this report today, and maybe they can sit back and they're like, you know what? We are Tennessee, and we've got that 8th ranked offense and all of that, but they can run around with a T-shirt on that says 18 level 1 violations, and nothing fucking
Right.
happened to us. We
And
are
you
the
ain't gonna let it
Teflon
go, are you?
Dons.
You're just
No.
gonna run this into the ground like
Why would you
some
not? Why would you not be
podcaster from
happy?
South Carolina. What else
Why
do
would you
you
not
want
be
them to
happy about
do?
that? I
You're
told you,
you're
sir.
having a
You don't
heyday on
listen,
it. I
sir.
understand that.
Sir, you don't listen, sir. Your listening skills are like on like a 4th grade level right now. Let me help you, okay? Here's the deal with that.
Sure.
I said they should have a bowl ban for 2 years and no recruiting visits on campus for 2 years. That way,
Okay.
this doesn't happen again. So that's what I want. You just didn't hear that. That's what they should have
Well,
got. I know you're going to tell
I
me
agree
30
with you.
this.
I agree
Good.
with you. Except
Good.
now we're doing it above board on the table. Everybody's doing
It's
it. Some
not the
schools
same
aren't.
thing.
Dabo Swinney ain't caught it yet. He's going to stay pure as a driven snow. I ain't doing it now. But everybody's doing it now.
Why-
It's
don't bring up
everybody.
Dabo
If NIL
Swinney.
wasn't play, I would agree with you. Throw the book
He's
at
some
him.
slapdick from East
Kill the
Boga,
program,
community
whatever.
college.
NIL's not the same thing, but I understand what you're saying.
Oh, it's not?
It's not.
Tennessee's got the second number 2 quarterback from California coming with an $8 million deal.
Right.
That's
It's
ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, but it's not the same thing. There is an exchange of services there. They are using his likeness to help promote a business. It's a completely different thing. And it's just different. It's different than someone just coming up with money and saying, here, let's give money to Casey Pruitt, and she can be the Tennessee version of Megan Mullen, and she'll give them cash instead of tongue.
Oh, I'm not condoning, but what I'm saying is, so why is the GOAT, Saban, and Kirby complaining about it?
Well, we can have a separate discussion upon that, but
we know why they're complaining about it, don't we, Rob?
Sure, we certainly do, because
why are they complaining about it?
Because it does level the playing field, because you can have some big time car dealership that could come out and say, hey, if you come here, like Spencer Rattler has got an endorsement deal with Herndon Chevrolet, I believe is the name of it, and they gave him an $80,000. Yeah, and I'm not taking that away from him. I'm using him as an example because I'm sitting here in Columbia. The guy got an $80,000 truck that he's going to drive around until November the 25th, which is the day after the Clemson game, and he's going to have to give that truck back then. But that's basically what's happening, and you can have that in just about any market now.
Yeah, and that's why I say the death penalty to Tennessee. If the NIL wasn't here, you could say that and go for it. But like I say, they got caught. They're going to pay a price. I don't have any problem with it. It's just one of those things. So there's no defense for it. So I don't know what to tell you. I'm sure not going to cut my wrist over it.
Yeah. Anyway, do you have anything else you want to go with today? Because I forgot I wanted the SEC media poll is out, and I thought I would tell you about that.
Okay, Rob.
So
you have a good day.
All right, bud. Thanks a lot, man. We'll see you later.
Bye.
All right, there you go. Billy joining the program. Here we go. The preseason SEC football media poll was announced today. And in the East, Georgia is picked to win the East, followed by Kentucky, Tennessee, and Florida at 4. South Carolina was picked 5th. Here's the other interesting thing about that. There were 3 people that voted for South Carolina to win with first place votes. But to give you some perspective on that, Missouri's at 6, and someone voted Vanderbilt with a first place vote, even though they're picked to finish 7th in the East. In the West, Alabama is picked to win there, followed by Texas A&M and Arkansas. Ole Miss is picked 4th, followed by LSU, Mississippi State, and Auburn. Your SEC champion, according to the media, goes to Alabama, followed by Georgia, South Carolina, Vanderbilt, and Texas A&M. South Carolina got 3 times the votes to be the SEC champion, than 3 times more than Texas A&M. I tell you what, man, when I look at stuff like that, I automatically think the people that are voting.
He's some slapdick from East Boga, community college.
Yep, that's basically what I think. Slap dicks from East Boga Community College. Your all SEC team, first team offense, Bryce Young. Oh my God. Tennessee fans are going to be upset. Hendon Hooker did not make the first team. I mean, I guess you guys could give Casey Pruitt some more money to go out and get another quarterback that'll make the first team. I don't know. Followed by Tank Bigsby, Jamar Gibbs from Alabama as your running back, Kashawn Butte from LSU, and Jermaine Burton from Alabama. Man, if you're a Georgia fan, you're pissed about that. You had a guy leave your program. Now he's an all SEC first teamer at Alabama. You did get the tight end, though, with Brock Bowers, followed by your lineman, Emil Ikior from Alabama, Warren McClendon from Georgia, Osiris Torrance from Florida, Nick Broker from Ole Miss is your other lineman, followed by Ricky Stromberg from Arkansas. Your second team, Hendon Hooker does make it there, followed by Chris Rodriguez, Devon Ashani from Texas is your running back, or Texas A&M, I'm sorry. Cedric Tillman, the wide receiver from Tennessee, along with Jonathan Mingo. Your tight end on the second team is Cameron Latou, followed by your offensive lineman, Layden Robinson, Kenneth Horsey, Darnell Wright, Javion Cohen, and Cedric Van Pran from Georgia. Third team, Will Levis, who puts mayonnaise in his coffee. He shouldn't. God, what an ass. Your running back is Kenny McIntosh from Georgia. Wait a minute, was Chris Rodriguez up here? Oh, Chris Rodriguez is on the second team. Okay. Kenny McIntosh and Zach Evans from Ole Miss. Anais Smith, who is a drunk and got arrested he had the trifecta the other night. Drunk, guns, and drugs. Still makes the all-SEC third team. Way to go. Along with Josh Vann from South Carolina, tight ends Jaheim Bell from South Carolina. Your offensive linemen are Brady Latham, Tyler Steen, Javon Foster, Jeremy James from Ole Miss, Kendall Randolph from Alabama, and Cooper Mays from Tennessee. Defensively, last year this was like the Georgia set here. But hold on, let's go with the phone call here. Welcome to the program. Good afternoon.
Hello. Rob, it is Pagan. Hey, I'm not trolling here. I'm actually jumping in late, and
yeah,
I've been out of the loop. I've got the former Mrs. Lou over here, and let's just say we're spending a little quality time. So, just catching a quick break from all that. Where did A&M land as far as predictions from the West?
Hold on, I'll tell you. They finished in second in the West, but South Carolina got 3 times the first place votes to take the conference. So with that, I automatically think, and I kind of agree with you with this, that the people that voted.
He's some slapdick from East Boga, community college.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, that man's got away with words. That Dabo, he's something else.
I could not believe he said that live. Could not believe he said that.
I couldn't either. I don't know what he was thinking. I really don't know what he was thinking. It's funny, and I got no problem with it.
Slap dick from East Boga Community College. That's what he was thinking. Anyway,
yeah,
go ahead.
That sounds more like a jackpotism, doesn't it?
I'm surprised Jackpot may have said that, and he may send Dabo a cease and desist for using something that he said on the program. If I can find Jackpot said that in the past, we may serve papers. Don't let that fool you.
I support you all the way on that.
Fair enough.
No,
what else you got?
My support or my prediction as far as A&M winning the SEC and possibly a national title is based solely on the fact that you've been running Jimbo down all off season. It seems like that happened before, and somebody did win a championship immediately after.
Well, in Jimbo's defense, he's not the dirtiest program in the SEC with the most cheating allegations ever. That goes to Tennessee. So he doesn't have that. He does have the recruiting thing. They are leading the SEC in arrest. So, yeah, he just needs to get the other one, and he'll have 3 of the 4, right? So, yeah, good luck to him. Why not?
I got you. So how did the ACC wrap up as far as predictions?
They're releasing theirs on Tuesday of next week.
Oh,
We
okay.
did ours on the program the other night, and I think
Okay.
we had Clemson winning. Jackpot and I worked on that together with the help of the fine folks in the chat room there.
Do you recall if anyone did pick Pitt to win last year during SEC Media Days?
No, because Pitt plays in the Coastal, and the Coastal is hot dog water. You never know who's going to win that damn thing.
Okay. And who did Pitt play in that championship game? I forgot.
Pitt played in the championship game, Wake Forest. The team. No, but that's the team that Jimbo Fisher ducked in a bowl game. You should know about that. He didn't want anything to do with that because remember the last time that Wake Forest played Texas A&M, they hung the double nickel on them. Remember that. You seem to forget that too, though.
Yeah, claiming that Jimbo ducked Wake Forest.
He ducked Wake Forest. If he wanted to play Wake Forest, he could have put his team out there and let them play like all the other coaches did, but he chose to be a bitch and he ducked Dave Clawson. Okay? Maybe Dave Clawson was the part of the training staff down at Florida that were doing things that made him leave that program there. Maybe he was one of those guys. I don't know. Dave Clawson is a bright guy.
Perfidy, Rob. You're showing it again. Deceitfulness and or untrustworthiness.
I'm not being untrustworthy. Here's something for you that I'll leave with you for today. I would rather have Dave Clawson coaching my program than Jimbo Fisher. Put that on the bookcase of accountability.
You know what? I believe you. I believe you.
I firmly believe that. Now, I'm not trolling at all. I'm telling you, I'd rather have Dave Clawson.
And were you homeschooled?
Was I homeschooled?
I mean, really, is that where all this started? Or?
No. Was not homeschooled. Are you
all
crazy?
Right,
anyway, anything else?
Yes, I did pick up some math in homeschool, and I do know that 43 is greater than 18, Rob.
Well, very, very good for you. Have a great day. Final little bit here. We've got the SEC second team was put out. Zach Pickens for South Carolina. I didn't know Arkansas has a linebacker, and his name is Bumper Pool. That's his legitimate birth name is Bumper Pool. We've learned things on the program today. Will Levis likes mayonnaise in his coffee, and Arkansas has a linebacker named Bumper Pool. I got nothing. All right. The chat room. You guys are on fire today. JetMex says Rob is a big supporter of QAnon. Get the fuck out of here with all that. If I was reading anything on the Q, my wife would throw something at me and hit me with a brick. Anyway, over a national championship, yes, don't care. Don't care. I don't count his national championship because he had a rapist quarterback. So there you go. I'm not reading Jay's comment because that might get us sued. All right. Appreciate you guys joining the show today. Big Barney Ross wants to know if I live under power lines. Jesus. All right. We'll see you guys later on. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Someone's calling. We'll do this first. This is going to be some idiot that's going to be upset about what I just said. Welcome to the program. Good afternoon. Hello. Hello. This is where you speak. Okay, well, now I'm hanging up on you. There you go. You guys have a great day. We'll see you later on.